This is the plaintiff, James Lees. He says he ordered T-shirts for his hot rod club. Had a very specific design, and the defendant totally botched the job. The colors all ran together. There were 3 different colors when there should have been only one, and the shirts were supposed to have pockets but did not. The defendant refuses to return his $799, so here they are. This is the defendant, Peter. He says he's been making T-shirts for 25 years and has a long, long list of happy customers. The plaintiff was very picky and changed his mind 3 or 4 times. Regardless, the plaintiff worked with his best artist who's been in the business for 30 years. He did a great job, and he's pretty sure the judge will agree. He's accused of shirting the issue.
Okay, James Lees?
Yes.
Okay, you are suing Peter. You've asked us not to mention your last name. And the Baha Man, is that the name of your company? Mm-hmm. For $799, the amount that you paid for T-shirts that you say are defective. Okay, tell me what caused you to come to them to the first place.
Okay, the group of us decided to start a new hot rod club, Long Island T-Buckets, and we decided to have shirts made for the club. And we went to a local place in Wantagh, and I showed him a T-shirt that we wanted copied, and he said, no problem, we can do that.
Okay,
and,
can I see, do you have with you the T-shirt that you wanted copied?
Yeah.
Now, this was a hot rod club?
Yes.
Okay, and tell me about your club.
It's, we all have 1923 to 1927 Model T Fords, but we modify them into hot rods. Like this.
God bless you.
And we're kind of old fellas. You know.
You're not old, fellas. You're as old as you feel, and clearly you don't feel very old. Okay, so this is a shirt that you brought as an example of what you wanted.
Exactly.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so you bring that to him, and he says to you, no problem.
No problem.
Okay, and then what happens?
What we wanted was that a shirt, either light tan and light gray, with the American flag and that car in front of it. Okay, I went home. I couldn't find a picture that was really good. So I brought him this car, which is almost identical to that one.
Okay.
Took it out of the box. His artist took it out of the box, took a picture of it, and him and I agreed. He brought up on the screen with the American flag, put the car in front of it. It looked pretty good, and had Long Island on the top, T-Buckets on the bottom, and we agreed, okay, it's fine. He said, I'll have them for you a couple of days. All right, I waited Thursday, I called him, I said, what happened? We're having a problem with manufacturing. Okay. I said, we have a car show on Sunday. We really would like the shirts for Sunday. Friday came, no shirts. Saturday, I was going away racing, and I wouldn't be home. He said, I'll bring them to you where you're racing. I said, no, you don't have to bring them there. I said, you know, it's in Connecticut. But his son did deliver them to my house late Saturday, 8 o'clock Saturday evening. And I didn't get home until 2 o'clock in the morning. I seen the shirts in the morning.
Okay. So you're racing at what speeds?
100, 110.
And you're getting home at 2 in the morning? I'm exhausted and just hearing about your life and your schedule.
No, it's a different type of car. I run vintage race cars.
Is it still 110?
Yeah.
Okay.
In a circle.
In a circle?
In a circle.
Okay, so go on.
Okay, Sunday morning I got up. My wife said they brought the shirts, and I looked and I said, oh my God, they're terrible. The colors are running in. I said, you know, the American flag, I served under that flag, red, white, and blue. These are purple and blue run into the colors.
Let's take a look at the shirt.
The cars. The sizes were supposed to be large and extra large. And we got kid sizes. We got double extra large.
Wait, did you get what you asked for and then you got extras?
No. He threw in 3 extras, 3 or 4 extras because they were defective.
Okay.
His son said they were defective.
All right, so where's your order form? Do you have is there an order form?
I have one, Your Honor.
Okay. Let me see both litigants' copy of the order form. Okay. Did you fill this out with him? Did he sign this, or is this something you filled out after the fact?
That there, Your Honor, I believe when we first met at this friend of mine's place, I had a copy and we filled that out there with him.
Where's the signature?
I believe, you know what, sometimes we don't have people sign.
You know what happens when you don't have people sign? Mm-hmm. Did you ever see this?
No.
That's what happens when you don't have people sign. That's the purpose behind the signature. What are you pulling out? Who's that young man over there?
This is my son who runs production.
Okay. Right, you have what he has as an order form. So this is
Right.
something that's
So I
created.
brought that too. That
Okay,
wasn't an order.
I know, but he's saying he's never seen it. So, this is why
That's-
people haven't
it's not
signed.
true.
Okay, well, then now we have a swearing match
Right,
as opposed to
exactly,
proof.
exactly.
One would prefer to have proof, right?
Right,
Okay, so now let's look at the notes. Ash, is ash a color?
Ash is a color. It's
Okay.
a gray color.
Okay, and khaki, 15 large, 3 extra large
There's
of
three
each of the
different
two colors.
There's the 3 different colors and 3 different manufacturers.
Can I explain, Your Honor, why
Yeah.
that? Okay. Number one, we had extra shirts that we were working on. We gave it to him as a gift. So we had more shirts than he ordered. And the
Okay,
reason.
but are there 36 shirts from one manufacturer? Is it true that there's a couple manufacturers?
No, we did one manufacturer.
You ordered 15 large ashes and 3 extra large ashes. You ordered 15 large khakis and 3 extra large khakis.
Right.
Of what I just said, what is missing?
7 of the large in the gray.
You're missing 7 large in the gray?
Yeah, because we have 5 double extra large instead of large.
What about the khaki?
On the
What's missing?
khaki, the tan, we have 14 large and 3 extra large.
So you're missing one of the larges in the khaki. All right,
There are 7 defective ones.
in that group. And by defective, I want you to come up and tell me what you mean. Like, for example, on this one, I take it from looking at this, so you're referring to on this one that the colors are faded.
And the American flag, it's supposed to be white stripes, red and white, not
Yeah.
blue and purples in there.
Yeah, there's some color. I don't know if the color's bleeding or what that is. How many of them are like this?
Just about all of them.
Now, obviously, I presume I'm going to look at all of them, not just the ones that I'm being shown here. But there are clearly problems with the ones I'm being shown. Can you go ahead and take your
Sure.
place back there and let me hear from you?
Absolutely. Okay.
Thank
The method that's done, it's called 4-color process printing, which is, I'll let my son and my artist explain that in a little more detail.
Okay.
Okay, it's not a perfect science. It's hand done. There are other methods that would come out exactly like a picture. He was clearly explained, too, that that's a piece of paper with the artwork. When you print on a T-shirt which has openings, undulations, it's material, and I'm in this business 30 years, that is a fantastic job from the artwork and from the screen printing point of view. He met with both my artists, and finally, he was so happy. You give a $20 tip. My artist
Right.
will
Let
tell
me
you.
see what
he
he looked at that he thought was so
Okay.
great. Let me see the paper.
Yeah, okay. I'll show you all the samples here.
My son will talk about the different methods.
When you're dealing with 4-color process, you're
Show
dealing
them
with
that
CMYK, which is cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. So you're getting dots. It's actually like when you take a printer paper, if you look at the piece of paper you took out of your printer, you're gonna see little dots everywhere. Those little dots make colors.
Okay.
That's how you get the image. So for example, something like this, if you look closely, you're gonna see little dots. It's the process of the
Let me
printing.
see that. Is that the same method that?
This is the exact same method. Here are 2 samples. One's even a picture of a gentleman. You can see his face is a little bit blue. That is the way the process works.
Because you use what colors?
We use blue, red, yellow, and black.
Okay.
We combine
but
the
then
4.
why can't the flag just be, red, white, and blue? Why does it have
Because
to
it's
be
little,
purple?
each of the design is in thousands and thousands of little dots. When you put it together, you get the graininess of it, like I have a sample here of the work.
But
It
now,
is what it is.
Come on over here and stand right here. It is what it is, and I got to figure out what it is. Is it good enough or isn't it good enough?
Now, that little dot was in his original artwork that he provided with us.
Except for that
which is right here. See that? That's coming off the
okay,
side
hold
of
on,
the
hold
car.
on. He provides the artwork.
No, he provided the picture of the car that we were supposed to go off of.
So is it glare? What is
So
it?
he approved whatever that glare mark is there is
Yeah,
right
but
there.
I don't see the glare mark. I see one little dot there.
Yes.
I see a bunch of dots
This
here.
is magnified because of the process printing.
Well, I understand, but that's what he's complaining about.
Yes, exactly.
That he wants it to look like this, and it looks
And
like
it
this.
can't look like that unless you do a photo transfer, which doesn't last.
Okay.
Which he
And was
didn't
all
want.
this stuff explained to him?
Yes, he was explaining to all the
Okay,
different
watch
methods.
this. Are you ready? Are you ready? Wait for it. Wait for it. Was all this stuff explained to you?
No.
Okay. Go ahead and have a seat.
You want to, may I say something?
What did you want to say?
Okay. Process printing, and I'm in this business 25 years, is not a perfect science. I wouldn't expect you, Your Honor, or the plaintiff here to ever understand all the facets. We're in the T-shirt business. Because we're the professionals, we looked at that, and that is an outstanding job.
Now I'm going to tell you what the problem with everything you just said is.
Okay.
You are the professional. You know what you can and cannot do. But I know what a contract is. And that's where the rub is. I don't care what the limitations of the process are in reality. I care what was conveyed in a contract. I highly suggest to you gentlemen, I know that you've been in business for 20-something years, and you're the professionals and you know everything. But I've been in business 20-something years in court, and it may be your first rodeo, it's not mine. I see these cases all of the time, and the way to avoid court is to have one time go through the effort of a simple contract that explains all the things that you want to explain.
George,
Come
is
on,
there
give me the
something as a
box. I need the
verbal
box.
contract? Is a verbal
Of course
contract
it is.
binding?
Yes, a verbal contract's binding.
I'm
Only
not being
here's what we have.
disingenuous.
It doesn't matter that you say that. He's under oath. He's saying he's not being disingenuous. And then I've got to figure out, based on the evidence, what actually happened. Whereas if you had a written contract, there would be no match. Oh, I can't. I'm not even going to repeat myself 100th
Sure.
time.
Remember, it's
that's what
different.
ends. Stop.
Yeah,
I'm going to take a recess. That's what ends up happening
All right.
when you don't get their
We did.
approval on the delivery, get their approval in writing, because then you give them wiggle room to say, I didn't get the right number of T-shirts. They're going to testify. He's already testified I didn't get the right number of T-shirts. How are you going to contradict that? Court's in recess.
So if a businessman doesn't get the customer to sign the agreement, but the customer read the agreement, is the customer bound by that agreement?
Absolutely not.
Because?
There's no commitment to it.
So the signature is everything.
Exactly.
What do you think?
I think both parties have to be held accountable, so both have to sign in order for it to be
So
legitimate.
signing is king.
Definitely. There has to be a signature.
Signing is king. I got your point going inside the courtroom.
Okay. When he was complaining about different manufacturers and you said, no, there aren't, there are. Some of these T-shirts are by Gildan. Some of these T-shirts are Fruit of the Loom. Some of these T-shirts are Hanes. Okay, don't shake your head at me. There's two different
Those
grays.
were the extra pieces
Okay,
we
yeah,
gave
that's why I went to my chambers. I removed all of the bad ones that I felt were just unacceptable, where there's huge chunks of purple in the flag, just more than you would expect, where the contrast, the comparison between most of them and those was so different that nobody wants to be wearing T-shirts that are all in different hues like this. Look how pale that one is, look how dark that one is. So I sat there and I said, I spread them all over my office. And I plucked the ones that, okay, we can call this one extra, we can call this one extra, we can call that. Guess what? I was left with like half an order. And yes, the number of them were wrong. Yes, the colors on the it's not the artwork. Your artwork is phenomenal. The problem is in the execution. So no, if I got these, if I ordered these, I want my money back too. $799, verdict for the plaintiff. All the T-shirts go back over there.
Well, senior and junior coming out of the courtroom here on the losing end of this verdict, step right in right here, sir, and turn around this way, face this way. What's your reaction coming out? You got all these shirts now.
The problem is the judge is not an expert in this type of business. We are in business 25
The
years.
judge is an expert on contracts, though.
Yes, that
And
absolutely.
you didn't have one.
Absolutely
Signed.
true.
You're going to change
Right.
your way of doing business and
Absolutely.
get your customers to
we'll be
sign?
less trusting, less trusting of people.
You get your customers to sign every copy of paperwork?
Well, you
all
know
the
what?
artwork?
A lot of times with artwork, we have to email. We get an email back. We don't sit there and get a signature all the time.
Well, they can put an okay on the email that they send back.
Yes,
okay
but how
this
do you
artwork.
know they did it? You don't know. There's not their signature on the email.
Right.
So that's what I wanted to also say. But you
Junior,
can't say everything
don't let
in
your
court.
dad be so stubborn. Head right around the
Hey,
corner
listen,
there.
a few homeless people get a few shirts around the city,
Good.
right?
Very good. All right, so come on in here. Step on in here. You win this case. What's your feeling? What are you going to do for T-shirts now?
We're going to go to somebody altogether different. My mistake was paying in cash, though. That was another
All right, be
big
careful in the races, all right?
mistake. I will.
Over to Harvey.
You know, it's funny, the defendant is saying that he needs to be less trusting and get everybody to sign a contract. The fact is, he needs to be smart and get everybody to sign a contract. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.